New at 5, it's a study with an unfortunately familiar result. Our area continues to be the worst in the country for the well-being of African Americans. One of the most startling aspects of this is just how much money African American families are making. Shaun Gallagher explains what's being done to try and make the difference.
The saying is, money can't buy you happiness, but in Milwaukee, African Americans are living with the most poverty and the lowest income in the country. So yes, it won't buy happiness, but could go a long way for their well-being.
You know, we have our work cut out for us.
Antonio Riley is the board president for the African American Leadership Alliance of Milwaukee, known as ALEM. The study commissioned by their group shows specifically 30 areas that impact the well-being of African Americans. For household income, Milwaukee came in dead last, with a median household income of just over $31,000.
2008 Great Recession, incomes for African Americans dropped by some 7%. Early 1970s down by 30%. And now that we're into this COVID recession, there is great concern.
So it should come as no surprise, Milwaukee has the highest African American poverty rate in the country as well. 1 out of every 3 black Milwaukeeans live in poverty. It's 2 links of a chain reaction impacting the well-being of African Americans in the city.
It means that your housing is compromised. It means that your well-being is compromised if we're using federal definitions to define who's poor.
Dr. David Pate with UWM is referring to the definition of the poverty line. For a family of 4, it means in total they make about $26,000 a year. So it's easy to see how well-being can be impacted.
If you were to increase someone's access to more wealth, it reduced domestic violence, it increased school graduation, it increased people's ability to do other things for their household, go back to school.
But ALEM is working to reverse that. They have partners in many areas of the city, including the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce and the Greater Milwaukee Foundation.
It really requires a laser-like focus on investment and strategy to move some of those needles.
The insecurity of housing, the insecurity of food, the insecurity of the safety of the situation that you're living in.
With the help of these major organizations in the city, the focus is on 3 factors: breaking up the decades-old segregation in Milwaukee, making education more attainable, and increasing the number of African Americans in leadership roles in corporate jobs. Eileen Gilligan with the Greater Milwaukee Foundation says it's a win-win for business.
Diversity of opinion and diversity of lived experience helps companies, organizations, foundations come to better decisions.
Although the report does tell us that we've got a lot of work to do here in Milwaukee, but now we have a clear roadmap by which to begin to change that trajectory.
The African American Leadership Alliance of Milwaukee says this is a long-term approach to fix a systemic problem, but we could start seeing tangible change within the next 5 years. In Milwaukee, Shaun Gallagher, TMJ4 News.